Good day, and this is Yenraine Marquez speaking, and today I will be summarizing the chapter for us task given by the professor. Beginning with the chapter itself is called Operations Management. Let's begin with its definition, which is activities or things that transforms raw materials into products or transforming labor into service in service-oriented businesses. Now, just because it's called operation management doesn't mean it doesn't come with its own issues. I will be enumerating some of the issues given in the book. First is gathering info from sales and marketing about their customer order. It is important because it's a crucial part in a business to know your customers' needs and their preferences and how they want things to be. Next is ensuring the availability of supply. Stock management can be a pain in the head sometimes, and that is because you're supposed to keep an eye on what's about to be consumed the best, and you must know what are your slow moving products so that you would be able to know what you're supposed to restock as soon as possible. Next is maintaining the quality of your input and output. It could be challenging sometimes because there should be a consistency on how these inputs are processed to become an output. In this way, we have to maintain a standard or follow the standard procedures so that there would be so that the results would be the same in every batch or in every service offered. Next is maintaining process time. I think this is more applicable to restaurants and other food establishments because customers want to know the certain time that their food will be served. For example, if I was a customer in a fast food, I would want to ask how long would it take for my food to be served because I am expecting that it would be served at that time that it was said. So we have to maintain this in operations management because it is also crucial. Lastly are activities, expertise of technologies to resolve the issues that I've said. It is important that we know what to do when these challenges arise, and we should be aware that there are tools and technologies we have today that can help us make our work easier, faster, so that our staff could work efficiently and more effectively. And with that in mind, doon papasok yung nagtagalog bigla. That is where the characteristics of planning, decision making, organizing, controlling, and leading would come in, because in planning you have to map out what you want to happen, your goals, your objectives. You have to vision them on what you see, on where you see yourself a few times from now. Next is decision making, where you have to act upon your plans and you have to make crucial decisions in order for your plan to happen. Next is organizing, which is setting your priorities on what goes first and what each staff are assigned to do. Those things are crucial as well because it is like the working part of the business. Next is controlling. It is where you do things to make these plans happen. For example, controlling your stocks, controlling your staff, overseeing what they're doing. Those are like under the control. And lastly is leading, which is encouraging your employees to work harder, to work better, and to provide better service or products. Now moving on, these are the common BTT or business tools and technologies used by the operations management. I will be enumerating them. First is information. It must be relevant, or in other words, necessary. It must be timely. It shouldn't be out to date. And third is it should be reliable, to the point that you could go back to that information when you've lost track. Next is telephones. Telephones are, I don't know, I'm not sure if telephones are still being used until today, but we have one at our house, and it is to facilitate communication inside the operations, which is, for example, housekeeping to the guest room. Telephones are being used as a tool of communication. Next is emails. This is to transmit information to further places or to further people. Until now, I think it is being utilized, especially in companies and in the professional world. So it is still important up to this day. Next is record keeping. This is taking note of your customers' demands. It is also like keeping a track of their visit in the restaurant, for example. It is keeping their demographics or their preferences, things like that. Next is manuals. This is the books of instructions where you will know their standard operating procedures, their recipes, their service delivery processes. It is where it's written the things that how things should be done, rather. Next is the audits, where you evaluate your evidences and double checking your sales. For example, if it's balancing on the money on the cash on hand, rather. And lastly is the internet, which is, I think, the most powerful platform for everyone to use, because it is able to provide us things that we don't normally get from other places like the library. Internet makes our life easier and more convenient. And with that would be all, and thank you very much.